Hello viewers and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We'll continue to take a look on what's happening in the nation of Zimbabwe without fear, without favor. Lieutenant General retired Anzelm Sanyatwe has taken the new role of Minister of Sports and was sworn in by President Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa at the State House. Let us take a look what happened.
Whereas in terms of subsection 1 of section 104 of the Constitution, the President appoints ministers and assigns functions to them, including the administration of any act of Parliament or of any ministerial department. And whereas the President has duly appointed you as Selem Namo Sanyatwe as Minister of the Government of Zimbabwe. And whereas in terms of subsection 6 of section 104 of the Constitution, before taking office, the minister must take before the President the appropriate ministerial oath in the form set out in the third schedule. Now, therefore, I am Dambudzo Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, do call upon you, Selem Namo Sanyatwe, to take the oath of minister.
I, Anselm Namo Sanyatwe, swear that I will be faithful to Zimbabwe and, in the office of Minister, will uphold the Constitution and all other laws of Zimbabwe, that I will give my advice to the President of Zimbabwe freely and to the best of my judgment whenever I am required to do so for the good management of the public affairs of Zimbabwe, that I will not disclose directly or indirectly any secret that is debated in cabinet and is entrusted to me in the course of my duties as minister, and that in all respects I will perform the duties of my office faithfully and to the best of my ability. So help me God.
So this is Lieutenant General retired Anzelm Namo Sanyatwe taking the oath of office, and he has officially left the military and has assumed a new role. What is vague at this point in time is who is replacing him within the military. But let us take a look on what he had to say after the swearing-in ceremony.
Allow me first to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, to appoint me to be his minister to the Ministry of Sports, Recreation, Arts, and Culture. It is indeed a great honor, special recognition from His Excellency. In fact, I am also humbled with the confidence and trust that the President has accorded me to lead this special ministry. In essence, sports, arts, culture, to me, are very strong tools for national unity, youth empowerment, as well as economic growth. It is with these that a nation is identified as our identity, history, as well as the aspiration of a nation. And given that background, it is my submission that I should, by all means, take on board all stakeholders as I embark on my new journey to lead this nation. Basically, my mission, therefore, is to develop, to create, as well as to promote.
So this is what happened. This is what he said after the swearing-in ceremony at the State House, and is now officially the Minister of Sports, Gender Zakadaro. So a lot of people have been asking questions to say, okay, what is the way forward? Now, it seems as if the military is being destabilized. And I've been talking to a lot of security experts, military experts, who said, in as much it is true that they might have weakened the military somehow, I'm told that they anticipated this move, or they probably knew about this move from their intelligence sources, which means the reason why he had to quickly move some brigadiers in various brigades across Zimbabwe, he was trying by all means possible to make sure that he leaves his own people in charge. So it will be very difficult for a new commander Zimbabwe National Army to come in and then there and there start to change the status quo and change things around. But the most worrying thing is that there is a likelihood that a new commander National Army might come in and change little things, starting with the presidential guard. That is the worry, which is worrying a lot of security experts. But they're saying that it does carry just a little effect, because when there is something which is supposed to happen, like a move which is about to be made, these guys are going to make sure that they block each and every move, because they have enough people and enough personnel within the structures of the military elsewhere and everywhere, which means they have the rightful people in command of strategic places which they need. And also, I'm told that the agenda or the idea this time around is not to deploy troops as what happened in 2017. The idea is to deploy people into the streets. Then, if the police reacts by beating people, shooting people, or endangering people, the military will be dispatched to simply go and protect the people, which means the people will be marching alongside the military. That is another view which was shared right there, which means it makes a lot of sense. And also, one of the most interesting issues I have actually grasped today is that what is happening is VP Chiwenga was alone in cabinet. So the coming in of General Sanyatwe is going to be very, very important and pivotal, because he is going into cabinet to represent the military interests. So it seems as if they took advantage of Kirsty Conventry to deploy one of their own. This is grapevine. And people are looking at the possibilities of that to say, okay, if Sanyatwe comes into cabinet, what it means is they have one of their own right there in cabinet. But look at the oath of office he had to take. He had to swear that anything they discuss in cabinet, he is not going to make it known by outsiders or people outside cabinet, which means they made him to swear that he is not going to be part and parcel of that. So that is something which is very, very important, which might likely show the reason why he's going there into cabinet. So this is what is happening in Zimbabwe, and time will tell. Remember, we are just a few days from the 31st of March, and we will be watching to see if the people of the Republic of Zimbabwe will definitely get into the streets, and what will be the response of the government of Emmerson Mnangagwa. Remember, during his last Politburo meeting, he warned a lot of ZANU-PF people. And also, there is a likelihood that Sanyatwe is now going to sit in the Politburo. Now that is part of ZANU-PF, is likely going to be appointed into the Politburo will also sit into the Politburo, and we will be attending meetings going forward, which means he's now a very powerful person, even within the ZANU-PF structures, which means if something happens to Emerson and his people, the military guys, they already have one of their own. So they will now have VP Chiwenga within the structures of ZANU-PF, and Anselm Sanyatwe is number 2 within the ZANU-PF structures. What it means is they could have approved themselves to be there. So it's becoming interesting, but I believe time is going to tell what is going to happen next. So this is it. Anselm Sanyatwe sworn in as the Minister of Sports, and he has left the military permanently. I do not know if is it permanently or I'm not so sure, because he still have a chance to be the Commander Defense Forces if the need arises. So at this point in time, all eyes are on Valerio Sibanda, and I always continue to say, let us pray for Valerio Sibanda, because I believe that there is something which Valerio will need to decide, which is very, very important. So let us put him in our prayers. We do not know what he is going to decide about, but he carries a very important decision. It's either or. So it is what it is, Team Zimbabwe. I love you all, and let us meet in other episodes as well.